listen, cause everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows.
Okay, everyone, it is your favorite chiropractor, Dr. Sharifa Clark, and it is Motivational Monday. Now, today I'm going to be showing you guys a meal prep that I made for the week, which is shrimp fried rice, and I made it very simple. I pretty much used eggs, rice, and shrimp. And then, of course, necessary seasoning. I didn't put no onions in it, no green beans, none of that fancy stuff. Like, I don't want all that in my shrimp fried rice. I want it just straight to the key. And then I also made a side of plantains to go along with it. So that was my meal prep for the week, and I made it to last me, I think, 5 or 6 days. Now, right here, you're seeing me soak the shrimp in water and vinegar. Because, again, I told you before, when I cook, I got to make sure I clean my meat properly. It's got to be thoroughly clean. So the shrimp that I use the large shrimp from Walmart, the Great Value prepackaged one that has been deveined, and it also has a tail off. So it's very simple. You soak it, thaw it out, and then, you cook that. I pretty much cook it on the stove, and I utilize, I don't remember if I used the butter. No, I used the butter. Yes, I used the butter. I used the butter to basically saute the shrimp. And I think I may have end up using a little bit of olive oil also, because sometimes that butter doesn't, in the particular pot I was using, it's a weird non-stick. It's a newer pot that I purchased. I really don't, not that black one, but that silver one that you see right there in the corner. That particular pot, I really don't like the way it cooks. So I'm kind of upset that I purchased it. So yeah, but it still came out really great because I'm a good chef. So hey, it is what it is. And right here, what you're about to see is that I'm about to wash this rice. I grew up in a Jamaican household, and I'm told that we need to wash our rice since I was young. So all I know, I need to wash my rice before I cook it, and that's what I do. I measure out exactly how much rice I'm gonna cook, and then I wash it, and I keep on moving. So that's that. Now, before I go any further, I want you to go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I want you to like this video, and I want you to share it. Now, if you didn't watch my video last week I spoke about trust in the process, and honestly, I did not promote it as I normally would promote a video because of everything that has been going on. My mind space wasn't even there. I just pretty much set it up for it to post at a certain time, and I didn't even really go back and promote it and do all those things that I normally do. So I want you to go back and watch that video. It's a bit lengthy, but it's about trusting the process. And really what I'm talking about is, if you're trying to achieve a goal, if there's something that's set on your heart that you want to do, the things that you need to do to stay the course, to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. And I give 2 life examples from my own personal self in that video about me trusting the process and continuing on even when it's difficult, even when I'm unsure. All right. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is this climate that we're currently in. And really, it's a climate that's been existing for a very long time. And I'm specifically referring to everything having to do with Black Lives Matter right now. Now, if you did not know, I am Black. I am specifically Jamaican. My parents are Black. Now, I have a condition called albinism. Albinism is a condition where my skin does not produce something called melanocytes. Melanocytes is what gives you melanin and what gives you color. So, long story short, my melanocytes doesn't produce melanin. So therefore, which is why I look light-skinned, white, whatever you want to call it. I'm fine in the skin I'm in when it's all said and done. But I had to say all that to clarify, let everyone know that I am a Black woman. Now, I want to address something that I've been hearing a lot, where people are not understanding. Some people are not understanding the seriousness of the situation. People are saying, well, what about, Black on Black crimes and all these other things? And I'm not saying that's not important, because which it is. But what I want people to understand, I need to break this down so that you completely understand the situation at hand. What everyone is protesting right now is police brutality to people of color, specifically black people, okay? I'm not saying that black on black violence is not a real thing that needs to be addressed, because it is, and it does need to be addressed. But right now, why we need to address the police brutality first is the people who are supposed to protect us, serve, making sure that we're all good. If they're treating us unfairly, killing us unfairly, when they won't do that to other people, they won't react the same way for other race. That's what the problem is. If we can't trust the police to protect us or do their job, unfortunately, it's like this trickle-down effect that comes along later in the community. In order for us to heal our black community, we first have to trust that the police officers are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Real quick, I kind of slipped out of frame for a few minutes and I didn't even realize it, but either way, listen. So, police brutality is real, and it's been real for years upon years. There's a lot of racism that still exists. You know, I've experienced it at a younger age with my dad, and it is not something that I mean, I'll tell that story on another day, but it's not something that I never forget. It's like there in my mind. And at the end of the day, people are like, when people say they're tired, it's like you're exhausted. You're exhausted with dealing with race issues where everyone is not treated the same, or people are treated differently simply because of their skin tone when it's all said and done. And it's not right. It's not right when it's all said and done, and that's all we're debating. That's all we're debating. That's what our issues are. Just the injustice of it all. That's why we're protesting. That's why we're marching. Now, as far as the people who are looting and rioting, please do not look at the small amount of people who may be looting and rioting. Do not allow for that small percentage to take away from what's really going on. And there's all kind of people inciting riots and looting. It's not just one person or one set of people doing that. So please, let's be clear. Let's be clear that it's not just like, you know, one group of people looting and rioting. Okay? So please do not allow for the looters and the people who are rioting to take away from the situation at hand. Enough is enough when it's all said and done. People are tired. People are tired. People are tired of worrying is their son, or if their husband, or if their sibling is going to come home that night because you're out in the street, because they work late and they're black. You know, a friend of mine, her father works overnight, and she have to remind her father, hey, make sure you wear your name badge around your neck so that if you get pulled over, they'll see you have your name badge on and that you're going to work. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy that you have to give instructions to your family members to go about their regular day-to-day lives. That's crazy. But that's the environment that we're living in for a certain group of people, and it shouldn't be. Everyone should be able to go, and as long as they're not doing anything to break the law, they shouldn't have the fear that they're going to get pulled over just because of the color of their skin, or because of the color of their skin and they're driving in the wrong neighborhood, so to speak, or they're driving a too nice of car, so to speak, or they're driving too late at night, so to speak. Or they think or they resemble somebody who committed a crime. And 9 times out of 10 in those situations, it wasn't even the person to begin with. It was probably someone else. So that's what we're debating today. That's what people are marching for. That's what people are protesting for. The injustice of it all. everyone just want equal liberties. Everyone want equal rights. And we don't just want it to be said, we actually want it to be done. You know, I worry about my father. I worry about my cousins. I don't worry too much about my brother because he has albinism too, which is ironic. But when people see him, they won't even think, oh, he's a black male. So I don't worry about him in this instance. I worry about him in other instances because he's a young person or whatever. But, you know, I worry about my mom because she's a black female. I worry about my sisters. I worry about my brother-in-law. You know what I mean? I worry about my nephew. My nephew is 17. He looks like he's built like a football player at his age, or is he 16? He's about to turn 17. He looks like he's built like a football player. I worry about him because he's now driving. So, you know, we had to really talk to him about, listen, when you're driving, because he has this thing about, but if I'm not doing anything wrong, I don't understand. And we had to explain to him, listen, we understand you may not be doing anything wrong, but these are the things that you have to do. And it shouldn't be that way, because unfortunately, I don't think that other groups of people have to tell their kids, hey, you know, even though you're not doing anything wrong, you know, you have to behave in this manner should you get pulled over. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. So that's what people are protesting. The injustice and the unfairness across the board that just has to end. It's been going on for way too long. Way too long. And you all know how long it's been going on. There is no need for people to be racist. There's no need for it. I just want everyone to think about their children and how would they feel if their children was dealt with in an unjust way, if their child was treated a certain way just because of how they look, just because of the color of their skin. Imagine if that was your child, how would you feel? If that was your brother, if that was your sister, if that was your mother. That's simply what I want everyone to take a look at, okay? I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but here you go. You're seeing my food. It's looking really good. Here I'm actually scrambling the eggs, and of course you saw that I made the shrimp. I made the plantains. I think I made the rice. I think all that you've seen. All I'm doing right now, I'm actually scrambling the eggs, and once those eggs are like scrambled, because I like my eggs to be scrambled dry, even though I'm gonna put it in something else, I need them eggs to be scrambled all the way dry. And of course you saw that I used the butter to make my scrambled eggs, and that butter is a plant-based butter. It's not like a regular butter. It was a plant-based butter that I used. So simply put, right now what I'm about to do, I'm just basically breaking up the rice, because the rice is completely cooked, and I made yellow rice using this Sazon seasoning, which makes the rice yellow. Okay, and so here I'm gonna put the shrimp in here, and then of course I'm going to put the eggs in here, and then I'm gonna also put the soy sauce in there. I'm gonna put the soy sauce in there, and I'm gonna keep, like, the amount of soy sauce that I use is definitely different because I'm doing it to taste. So as I'm putting it in, I'm gonna stir, and then I add more, then I stir, then I add more, then I stir until it's where I want it to be. So I keep adding more, and I think I continue to add more even after this. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my shrimp fried rice. Hope you enjoyed my finished product. So please go ahead. I want you to tell me if you're going to try my recipe and if you're going to tweak it a bit to your liking. And I want you to, of course, as always, I want you to go ahead and like this video. I want you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I want you to go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section as far as your recipe for shrimp fried rice, or your recipe for fried rice. Maybe you don't like shrimp, maybe you prefer crab, or maybe you prefer pork or chicken or whatever else, or beef. So go ahead and drop your favorite kind of fried rice recipe that you've either tried or that you like to buy from the store or from a restaurant. All right, so I want you to guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows.